Picking up sponsors and partners can be extremely hard in the fishing industry with all those different creators out there. But I got 5 tips for you to help it make it a little easier regardless of your following that you can get started on right now. So first and foremost, if you're not looking to pick up sponsors or partners, you can go ahead and check out another video on the channel. This is aimed at the people that are trying to pick up those partnerships and sponsorships to help boost the portfolio, fishing resume, or just put stuff on their jersey to represent the brands that they love and get some shared content back in exchange from them. So going right into it, tip number 5, selecting meaningful partners. I'm sure you all have seen it. There are brands that will accept anybody to their pro staff, anybody to an affiliate program, right? Although that's a good way to get started. You can do that. I highly recommend ignoring those. I'm not going to name drop, you can put them in the comments, but you want to use brands that you actually are using. Verified customer that you have been using and you have confidence in, so that way you can present that to those brands that you are a customer. So right off the gate, the pro versus promotional staff. Promotional staff are what we are. I'm not a professional, so we're there for promotional content to provide these companies. So obviously they're going to want to see that you're a verified customer. So choose wisely when you're going to reach out, email, or DM on social media. Number 4 is your etiquette and your approach. So etiquette, how you conduct yourself. Obviously the brand is going to take a look at your social media, and if a lot of your content is not shareable to all audiences, they're less likely to pick you up. What I mean by that is, obviously you have some meme content, things of that nature, but your photo content, the professionalism, they need to be able to broadcast to children and ages all the way up, because all of them are considered customers to the brand you're going to represent. So talking about your approach to a brand, I can't tell you how many messages I get of, can you sponsor me? Can you send me this? Scroll every single time. You want to message brands that you are using. Back to tip 5. If you're not a verified customer and you're just asking for free stuff, I'm guaranteeing you, even if you have a lot of followers, you're less likely to get even replied to. If that's your approach to them, take a professional approach. So say you do get a reply from one of these brands, make sure you have some sort of a portfolio ready for them, especially if you have a small follower count. This is extremely important because they want to see your quality of work. You could have 500 followers and make fantastic edits and great photos, but if you don't have a portfolio or a fishing resume put together for them, it's gonna be really hard for them to pick you over someone with 10,000 followers. Touching back on the quality content, what a lot of brands are looking for, especially with creators that can't broadcast to a large number of people in a single post, is the photo ready to be shared now? If you have an affiliate that has 500 followers, obviously their post is not going to engage all 500 people or even hit past that. So do they produce photo and video that we can turn into an ad and share right now to our already established audience? That's a huge advantage for small follower creators. If you produce really quality content, you're more likely to get your photos instantly taken and shared with a tag than a million follower creator that makes really distasteful content. Tip number 2, this is more of a personal preference, but tasteful tagging. And what we mean by that is you see those posts where everybody does one thing and they tag all their sponsors. Stop doing that. If you're sponsored by a kayak brand, say Jackson Kayak, and I'm showing a bait in my hand, I'm not going to tag Jackson Kayak in that. I'm going to tag the bait brand, because the content I'm producing is relevant to that partner. How can you change that now? Going forward, just make sure you're tagging the appropriate channels. If you win a tournament and you use their product, tag all of them. It's fine. If you have a post with your kayak, you holding a fishing rod with a fish and a bait in the mouth, tag the rod sponsor, tag the kayak sponsor, tag the bait sponsor. But don't tag every single sponsor in every single post. The brands get annoyed by it, and generally they don't share out your stuff if they see that. So the number 1 most important tip, quality of photos. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen people submit photos that are blurry camera, the fish up here can't even see the bait in the mouth. That is not usable by the brands. I will tell you, as a brand owner, we are lazy when it comes to posting content. We get a lot of photos, we want to rapid fire this content out, and the less editing we have to do, the more likely we are to share that post. Some examples of different style photos that you can use: clear, crisp, not over edited, with the bait in the mouth, and it's easy for the brand to use right off the bat. You do not need fancy, crazy editing software to get these style photos. You can get free apps like Photo Room and a whole bunch of others that you can adjust contrast, saturation, blur background, apply filters, and make it look clean. So don't think just because you don't have Adobe or these other fancy platforms, you're not able to generate the content, because you are. And a lot of these social media platforms have those filters built in for you to use those tools as it is. Regardless of your following, those are tips that I have found work. They just do for me. Starting from 0 to 65,000 followers on Instagram, that's just one platform. I've found using those subtle tips help, and they're all free. Now, some things I will say you need to look out for. Read your agreements. Read your agreements once you do partner up with some of these brands. Some of them require you to spend money every month. Some of them require a post quantity per month. If you are not willing to fulfill that, do not do it. Do not. I personally do not like the ones that say you have to buy $100 worth of product every month. You have to tag us 50 times a month. That's fake content to me, right? That is fake. I will tag you when I fish and provide real content for the partnership. And if they don't like that, maybe it's not meant to be. Not everybody is looking for sponsors and partners, but this video is dedicated to the ones that do. I get a lot of messages on social media on how to pick up partnerships at the low follower level all the way up. So these are just some things that I've collected over the past 4 years of making content and getting partnerships and refining my process. So if you got something out of it, make sure you like, hit the sub, and we'll see you on the next one.